Okay, you guys, we're doing it. Today's the day. I am at Costco. You can't see it now because there's a large truck next to me, but hey, this is Texas and that's what happens here. But yes, we are at Costco and I'm here in my car, letting you all know that, and slightly procrastinating because filming in public is a little bit intimidating for, I believe, most vloggers, at least for this vlogger. Okay. All right, so we are going to go in and we are going to be doing a kosher, gluten-free Costco haul. As promised, we are doing this here after the holidays. This is the first time I have been back to Costco now in over a month, so I definitely need a lot, and it's gonna be a big trip. I usually like to go to Costco once a month. It's been about a month and a half. So, okay, so it's gonna be a big trip. So what we're gonna do is I will go through Costco, get some stuff, talk to you guys when I'm not feeling too scared inside, and show you guys a bunch of stuff, kosher products. In particular, I'm going to be showing you the kosher products that I'm not purchasing, just so you can see a lot of the kosher products that they have there. I won't be able to show everything because I'm not going to go through everything in the entire store. Then when I get home, I will show you guys everything that I bought, and we'll talk about what to look for on packaging to know that it is kosher. Okay, let's go do this. Okay, future editing me here. I forgot to introduce myself and say hello. My name is Kana. This is my channel, Jar of Fireflies, and here I make videos all about my life as an Orthodox Jewish homeschooling mother of 3. And today, we're going to Costco. So I always thought Godiva chocolates were kosher. These don't have a hechsher on them. Huge bummer because I would have loved to get a box of chocolates. Scottish shortbread cookies, kosher, but not gluten-free. That's a bummer. Okay, so gummies are a hard thing to find kosher, so I'm not even gonna bother looking at those because I know that they're not kosher. And so are these, but we have, actually we probably need some more of those. I think we're out of those. In the cart they go. Okay, so things like beef jerky and like little sausages and things like that, those are never gonna be kosher. I don't even bother looking at those because kosher meat's like a whole thing, and the only place to get like kosher beef jerky is in like the kosher section of the grocery store, or at a kosher grocery store, or in my kitchen when I make it myself. Those are definitely gluten. We can look. They want animal crackers, which, yum, but but yeah, very gluten-y. So not gonna make it in our carts today. A bunch of snack bars and stuff in this aisle, and a lot of the stuff is kosher, but we just don't really eat those, so I'm not going to get it.
Different people do.
So yeah, the kids are very distracted by all of the toys right now because we're getting close to that time of year. Okay, I'm walking down the bread aisle right now, so we've got to try to find the kosher bread, which is usually at the end. Most of the snacks here are gluten, and if they are not gluten, they're usually not kosher, or they're in a mix that is like a bags of chips that are kosher and not kosher. You got it? Okay, put it in. My son found the gluten-free bread, so he has added that to our cart. They have 2 kinds of gluten-free bread here. One is kosher. Okay, I panicked a little bit because there were a lot of people on that aisle, a little too peoply, a little too scared to film, but we're in a new aisle now. Yes, I have my kids with me.
What?
No, I don't think we need corn. So this aisle just has a lot of condiments and stuff, which I don't think we really need right now. Most of the condiments, like the ketchup and mustard and stuff, are all kosher. And the fruits and vegetables are kind of hit or miss. So some of them are, and some of them are not. Though, even though they don't have a hechsher that I like on them, hechsher being the symbol that tells me that it's kosher, they probably are still kosher just based on the ingredients, but I would rather just go ahead and buy something with the hechsher on it since I do have that option. So we're mostly strolling through this aisle.
You know the kind of olives I love?
You love those olives?
I would eat like 2 cans a day.
Put them in. My son found olives and he found the hechsher, so we're gonna put those in the cart too. Okay, so we're in an aisle now with like tuna and stuff. Actually, we probably do need some more tuna. I'm gonna grab that. I haven't restocked tuna in a while. And then there's a lot of like flours and things here. So I'm not gonna get the flour because it's obviously not gluten-free, but and a lot of the pastas and stuff are here. Again, not gluten-free.
Beans. No one loves
Beans. Okay.
Who loves beans?
So they do have a lot of beans here, which we're a little low on, so I'm gonna grab some. Okay, so now we're in an aisle with like vinegar and spices and stuff. Pretty much everything on this aisle is kosher and gluten-free. So it's just a matter of getting things that we need for this trip. But yeah, all the spices. I have yet to see a spice that is not kosher. It doesn't mean that there isn't one that's not kosher, but so far everything I've checked is kosher. And all like the oils and vinegars and stuff, those are all kosher. So actually we do need some canola oil. So let's go down and get some canola oil. Okay, my son is off to get that. I'm trying to push this cart one-handed, which is getting heavier and heavier. So items like sugar and flour, as long as it's just like sugar and flour, does not need a hechsher, which is pretty cool. So this aisle also has sugar. I don't need any, but all the sugar is kosher. Don't need to check for a hechsher. Though sometimes sugar does have a hechsher, which is fine. Okay, so we're in the cereal aisle now. Most of the cereals are kosher, not all are gluten-free. So the kids picked out one that they like, and jellies and peanut butters and stuff are pretty much all kosher, so that is pretty simple, also gluten-free. Don't need any today though. Okay, I believe we are in the juice box aisle now, which is one thing that we definitely need. You want little mandarin oranges? Okay, put that in the cart.
Yay!
Oh good, here's juice boxes. The butter and stuff is all gluten-free and kosher, but we don't need it. Eggs, same, don't need it. Cheese is not, which is a bummer. I wanted to see if they have yogurt though. Okay, couldn't find yogurt that was kosher, but we did find cottage cheese. Kids are super stoked about that. So let's move on.
Yes.
So we just went really fast through the frozen section here because it's pretty much all gluten and not kosher. We do get our tilapia here for Shabbat. But I really wanted to get chicken, and they did not have any kosher chicken, which they usually do. So the search for kosher chicken continues. All right, so over here in the deli aisle, we pretty much know our brand of cheese to get, which is kosher. I'm gonna grab a few more of these. We go through cheese a lot because we love to make pizza and tacos and stuff. And I'm gonna grab some deli meat here. There's like the one brand of deli meat that is kosher here. Okay, I'm over in the wine section now. We just left the produce section. All the produce is going to be kosher and gluten-free, so that is not a concern at all. And the wine section, there's usually a few bottles of kosher wine. Don't need any today, and I don't really feel like hunting down to find it. It's not clearly labeled or anything like that, so not really worth it to try to find it today. So I think that's all we're going to be buying today. Our cart is so full of food right now, so we're going to go check out and head home, and I'll show you what I bought. While I am loading my car is a fantastic time to go ahead and hit that like button if you are enjoying this video, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I would love to see you here again. I also wanted to give a quick thank you to Arlene and Elaine. Thank you so much for the happy mail. Okay, we are back in the car and ready to head home. I had to use just about every nook and cranny in this car to fit stuff. This was definitely the biggest Costco trip that I can remember that I have ever taken. I will reveal the grand total when we finish going through all of the things. All right, let's go home and I'll show you what I bought. All right, and we are home. I've gotten the car all unloaded and I'm gonna go through and show you everything that we bought. Okay, this was a mix of a grocery trip between snacks and like regular groceries. Usually if I'm just going to like the regular grocery store, I'm really just getting groceries. I don't like to get snacks there because my kids go through snacks like nobody's business. Like it is their job to eat snacks apparently. So I pretty much exclusively will buy snacks from Costco. So there were a lot of snacks in this trip and there were just like a lot of regular groceries and a few household items. I kept the household items pretty much to a minimum because I knew I needed a lot of food in the cart because it had been like a month and a half since I had been to Costco. Okay, let's get going. Okay, first up, we've got these fig bars. Okay, so first up, fig bars. Now, pretty much without fail, I end up making a mistake when we go to Costco. I either buy something that's not kosher, or I buy something with a hechsher that's not reliable, or I buy something that's not gluten-free, totally on accident. I just realized just now that these not gluten-free. That's kind of a bummer. We've bought these before. Maybe they have like a gluten-free version, or I just got the brand wrong. We totally thought these were gluten-free, and I didn't even bother checking that they were gluten-free while we were there. They are, however, kosher. Right there, that is the kosher symbol. That OU, we call that one the OU hechsher. It's a circle with the U inside, and that's an extremely common hechsher. So that marking lets us know that it's kosher and it's very reliable. If we see that on a food product, we know we are good to go. Okay, so the question is, what am I gonna do with these? Because they're not gluten-free. So what we're gonna do is either give them away to a friend or I will return them to Costco. And by me return them, I mean my husband return them because I'm not going back for another month. All right. Next up, Z-bars. So my kids do still have some kind of fun thing. All right, now I will show you something on the hechsher on these. So you can see here, you see the little OU and then you see a little D next to it. The D means that there is dairy in this. But yeah, so basically anything that possibly could contain milk is gonna have that D next to it to let us know that it's dairy. Cashews. I didn't buy salted cashews. Dang it. I still love cashews, salted or not. Got the OU there. I probably will not show you the hechsher on everything, but the first three things that I grabbed were all the OU, so that shows you what a common hechsher that is. Okay, I definitely prefer salted, but I have no problem with unsalted, so either way. Honey. Okay, I grab honey every time I go to Costco, whether I need it or not, because I use it so often when I'm baking bread, and my husband uses it sometimes when he's cooking. So between all of that, we do go through it. Okay, I am gonna show you one more hechsher. Okay, so on this one, that has a little P next to the OU, and that P is for Passover. So this tells us that we can use this product on Passover. Passover, we are much, much more stringent with what we are eating, and products really need to be kosher for Passover for the most part. So this one is kosher for Passover. All right, we also got some cottage cheese. My kids love cottage cheese. This one has a different hechsher, so I'll just show you that real quick. Oh, can't really quite get in there. It's a CRC in a triangle, and that's Chicago Rabbinical Council or something like that. Yeah. The OU, by the way, stands for Orthodox Union. I also grabbed some olives. I went through a bunch of olives last week making olive dip, so I'm just replenishing our pantry with olives. Okay, snack time. We got some Pirate's Booty. We love Pirate's Booty. It's a fantastic gluten-free treat. It is dairy, so we just have to make sure we're not eating that at a meal that we're having meat. I also grabbed me some tortilla chips. There's another brand of tortilla chips that they sell at Costco. It's not kosher, even though they have the same ingredients, but this one is. So I always buy this kind. Of course, to go with my chips, I gotta have some salsa. This is my absolute favorite salsa in the whole world. It is so, so good. It tastes like homemade. It's amazing. All right, so I did get this. I also got some little containers of guacamole. My kids absolutely love guacamole. They love it with their chips, and I like it on tacos and just whatever. So I like to buy the littler containers of these kind of snack size containers. because that way it's not getting brown or anything like that. If my kids are, you know, eating it 1 second and they don't want it again for 2 days, it's not a problem. Okay, we got these fruit bars. I guess they just changed the packaging. These are fruit bars that we eat all the time, but it's a different looking package. And it is still kosher, it's still gluten-free, all that jazz. So not worried about anything there. But it is something that I should point out though, is that sometimes packaging will change and sometimes the hechsher will change. Like you'll have a product that is kosher for years and all of a sudden it's not anymore. So it is good to be in the habit of always checking to make sure that the packaged food that you're buying has that hechsher on it. That's something I do. It's saved me a few times, so it's good. I got soap for the dishwasher. I legit had like, I don't know, two tabs left to the old one. So I was really, that's probably the main reason I went to Costco today, was to make sure I got dishwasher soap. Tuna fish. I am going to point something out on this hechsher as well. So here it says you got the OU for the Orthodox Union hechsher, that very reliable hechsher. And then right here it says parv. I've mentioned that word parv before in my kosher kitchen tour video. And what that means is that this product does not contain meat or dairy. So tuna fish, it's just tuna fish. Fish is not considered meat or dairy, so voila. And yeah, I just had gone through a lot of tuna fish lately, and again, not restocked, so just kind of restocking the pantry on tuna fish. Turkey breast. Okay, this one is kosher, got our OU right there. It's the Meal Mart brand. I did get a couple of packages of this because we will really take one of these and that will be, you know, like lunch or dinner for my entire family. But yeah, it's nice just to have some deli meat that I can grab and go and throw in the fridge easily for the kids. This is something that we'll use a lot on picnics when we're going out for picnics, and we're totally in picnic weather now that it is getting a little bit cooler outside. All right, I got some pistachios. Glancing at these, I noticed this one also had a different hechsher. It's got a circle with a K inside, still totally reliable hechsher there, not worried about that. And this also has the P next to it for Passover. Kind of hard to see in the dark package, but wanted to point that out. So yeah, just some pistachios, because yum, pistachios. All right, we grabbed some granola. My son and I have been on a yogurt and granola kick here a lot lately. That's been a breakfast that has made it into the rotation for us. We're totally out of granola right now. So I saw this at the store. It was gluten-free and kosher, and I thought, hey, that one looked pretty good, so we're gonna give it a try. Bread, we get the Canyon Bakehouse bread. This is our favorite gluten-free bread right now. They used to have the Udi brand at Costco, but then they stopped carrying that, but then they started carrying this. And I'm actually really happy about that because we like this bread a lot better. So I grabbed a couple of packages of these. One of them went straight into the freezer when I came home. This one will stay out so that we can be making sandwiches with it over the next couple of days. Okay, these are the olives that my son picked out at the store. He wanted black olives, so that's fine with me. I also love black olives on nachos and things like that, so totally fine with me. But yeah, he says he can eat a can of these on his own for a snack, and I'm cool with that. So let him pick out his own olives. Maple syrup. We have a little bit of syrup left, and it's like that cheap syrup. It's not like the real maple syrup, so we haven't had real maple syrup in a while, so I was pretty excited to grab this and throw this in the cart. And it's funny because as soon as I put it in the cart, a couple of my kids were like, maple syrup, can we get that syrup? That's our favorite. And I was like, already there. Mom win. Okay, this one was another kid request, and my husband, I think, was pretty thrilled to see it. He was here when I got home and I was unloading. Yeah, mango nectar. I don't know. I don't drink the stuff. I'm not a real big juice person, but my kids absolutely love this stuff, and so does my husband. So we got some black beans. I don't know, pretty self-explanatory, I guess. These are just black beans. I love black beans in burrito bowls, and I was thinking about making some black bean soup this fall because I'm in a big soup kick now. All of a sudden, I'm like all into the soups because it got a little bit cold sometimes in the morning, and by cold I mean like 65, but it's enough that I can open the windows, so I'll take it. But anyways, I got some black beans so I can make some black bean soup and things like that, so that'll be fun. Okay, we got a couple of canola oils. We go through a lot of this when we deep fry stuff. I understand a lot of people don't like canola oil. I have not done a lot of research into it. I don't really plan on doing that right now, but we did get canola oil. More snacks. We got the Skinny Pop. My kids love popcorn, and this is so easy to whip out at movie night without having to like make popcorn ourselves, which we are not good at making popcorn. I don't know why. My great uncle actually owned a popcorn farm. He dropped out of high school at like 16 and started working on a farm, and eventually owned this large popcorn business in Indiana and just grew popcorn. And I loved going to visit him growing up because he'd be like, what kind of popcorn do you want? And I could say any flavor under the sun, which, you know, I was a kid, so it was always chocolate. And he would make it for me. And it was so good, like on the spot, make it for me, you know? But anyways, I did not inherit the popcorn cooking gene from my great uncle. So we buy the packaged stuff. We got some potato chips, also perfect for picnics. I love throwing these in with a picnic. I love this brand of potato chips in particular. So yeah, that I find them very filling and I don't feel like I need to eat the whole bag. So these are great, this Cape Cod brand. So the kids really wanted this other brand of chips as well. This is just like a crinkle cut one. And as I was picking it up, I noticed another hechsher there. That one's called the Kof K. So it is the Hebrew letter Kof, and then inside of that is an English letter K. So, or I don't know, whatever, that alphabet. English is not the only language that uses that alphabet, but whatever. And then it says parv underneath, because again, parv, not meat or a dairy, just potato chips. Still not the last of the snacks, but again, it's gotta last us a month. Okay, we got some veggie straws, another great, fun, gluten-free, kosher snack. So, veggie straws. All right, the cheese. Not every Costco carries this brand of cheese. What is it? I don't even know. Natural and Kosher, I guess is the brand. But I got a couple of packages of mozzarella and just one of these with the cheddar because we go through the mozzarella a lot faster. This is what we use when we're making pizzas and things like that. So this is really more just for tacos and eggs. So yeah, got a few of these because we go through these a bit during the month. Like as far as meal planning goes, like I know that I'm gonna need at least a couple of packages of this every month. This is such a fun gluten-free kosher find. These are they're pita breads. Okay, so they're not as good as like a real legit actual pita, but they're pretty darn good. The kids love them and they make great little sandwiches. You know, I'll shove some deli meat in there and stuff like that and the kids just go crazy. So super easy meal to make for me is just to use that turkey deli meat that I bought with this, a little bit of mayonnaise. The kids are super thrilled. So got a few of these as well. They last in the pantry for a long time. Okay, we got some strawberries and some grapes. I basically let my older kids just go in the fresh produce section and pick out what they wanted, and my daughter picked strawberries and my son picked grapes. None of the fruits or vegetables need to have a hechsher. They're already kosher. We just need to wash them. We're good to go because we don't eat bugs. So we just want to make sure we wash the bugs off if there are any bugs, but whatever, we wash regardless. I made another oops. Okay, 2 oopses means I really will need to go back to Costco and make these returns because at that point, I'm not, like 1 item isn't really worth my trip, but 2 items for sure is. These we've gotten these little mandarin orange cups before that are kosher. These are not kosher. So I guess we just got a different brand or from a different store, but my kids saw them and I did not check at the store. So clearly I was distracted filming today, but not kosher, but yes, on the gluten-free. But because not kosher, like we're absolutely not eating these. And I did check the ingredients to see if like maybe it was only the mandarin oranges, then it might be worth me checking with our local rabbi who is most knowledgeable of kosher things and see if it would be something that is acceptable. But when I looked at the ingredients, there was white grape juice in the ingredients, which means that is absolutely not going to be acceptable for us to eat because the grape juice would 100% have to be kosher, no question. So not gonna be able to eat these at all. Okay, I usually don't mess up that bad. Juice boxes. Got some juice boxes. We get these every time I go to Costco. One of these will last us for about a month for our picnics and then to help my son with his type 1 diabetes. When he's low, he'll drink a juice box that helps him come back up pretty quick. So yeah, we go through about 1 of these a month. Cliff Bars. My son picked these out and everybody else agreed. I personally love these 2 flavors of Cliff Bars. So even if the kids don't eat them, they will get eaten by me. And these are such great purse snacks too, that I can just throw in my purse when we're going out and then I have a snack to feed the kids and it doesn't take up a lot of space and it's not too heavy. All right, I saw these chocolate covered caramels. I was super duper excited. So I grabbed these and put them in the cart as well. All right, I grabbed a couple of boxes of these. My kids absolutely love these almond crackers. There's not a lot of crackers that we can buy, usually gluten-free crackers in general, like even without kosher. They are very, very expensive and you don't have a lot of crackers in there. So like I'll spend like $5 or $6 on a package of crackers that my kids will get like one portion of and then they're gone. So I can buy this and this will feed them for at least a week. So these again are great for me to throw in for a picnic and things like that. And they just enjoy munching on them at home. They actually really enjoy dipping these in the cottage cheese, which is a little messy, but I consider fairly healthy. So we go with it. All right, we got some cereal, we got some Honey Nut Cheerios, kosher, gluten-free, awesome. It was a big decision, which one were we gonna get, the plain Cheerios or these Cheerios? But 2 out of 3 kids wanted Honey Nut Cheerios, and the one who did want the regular Cheerios will eat these, so it's gonna be okay. I'd rather have the other Cheerios, but I'd also rather not eat cereal, so we all win. I bought more pull-ups, because pull-ups. And y'all know I love my baby wipes, so I did get a couple of boxes of baby wipes. While we were on our way out, like after I said goodbye at the store, and we were on our way towards the cash register, I walked through like the middle section of the store. I don't usually walk through the middle section of the store because I end up finding things that I didn't need that then as soon as I see them, I'm convinced that I do need. And so I saw and I needed and I bought pillows. They have these super soft, fuzzy pillows, furry, fuzzy, I don't know. They're super fun. So we got this one and this one and this one, which is the softest of them all. So those are gonna be going in the living room. I would show them to you in my living room now, except that my living room is so massively full of Legos, I can't even get there. So maybe in another video. All right, so that is everything that I bought at Costco. Oh, hold on, let me get the grand total. Okay, so the grand total for this trip was, drum roll please, $562.37. I seriously can't remember a Costco trip where I spent that much. Usually it is much lower. But we were heavy on the snacks and we were also restocking a few things that don't need to be restocked very often. So I think just kind of adding all of that up together, of course, adds up. So, okay, so that is my Costco haul video. Never done one of these before, only watched a couple online before I did this, so I really hope that you all enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. Be sure to hit that like button if you did enjoy this video, and that subscribe button if you haven't already, because I would love to see you here again. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next upload.
Emma, is hazelnut gluten? Okay, so is it toast?
Wheat is gluten. See, it contains wheat. But is it kosher? Look at the front. So it's not kosher or gluten-free. The search for kosher chicken. And I'll grab a little bit more deli meat. That's not kosher. Can you put that back? My kids absolutely love guac. Cannot talk. Bread. Okay. Bread. We get the Canyon bread. We get the